Fable 5 is finally back, and today I'm going to show you guys the best prompts to use with Fable 5 while we still can with our usage credits until July 7th, in which case we're going to have to purchase additional extra usage credits on top of our plan in order to keep using Fable 5, so we might as well try to use it to its fullest extent while we can before that time limit. So really quick, what do I mean by usage credits until July 7th? So right now, Fable is back in a limited state. It is available until, like I said, July 7th, and it will be included for up to 50% of your weekly usage limits through July 7th, after which case you'll have to buy additional usage credits, which can be pretty costly. So here in my settings here, you can see that these are the additional usage credits you can buy. Now, the more you buy, the more you save. So if you buy 1,000 or more, you will save 30%. If you buy 250, you'll save 20%. And 50 or more is 10%. So this is just essentially like almost like API usage on top of your additional usage. And it does go pretty quick, unfortunately. So if you want to keep using Fable after July 7th, you will have to purchase more usage on top of your already existing pro plan. So like I said, today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 prompts to use with Fable for coding while we still can. So the first prompt I have here is to review a code base. Now, I'm not going to run through all these prompts, every single word in these prompts. These are just prompts that I have prompt engineered for my usage that I want to share with you guys. And these are going to be hosted in Google Docs. And I'll put that link in the description below so you guys can also have access to all of these prompts in the video. So this is pretty straightforward. Pretty much anything in these brackets is where you want to edit the information. Everything else can stay the same. So description of your code base, and then just copy the rest, and it'll just go and do a full audit of your code base, which I found to be really cool so far. So in the Google Docs, I've added a prompt, which is the one that you'll most likely want to copy, and then also an example prompt that I am be using in this video on page 2. And there's different tabs here for each prompt that we're going to be going through in this video. So first prompt here is the code review. This is a day trading bot that I am trying to develop right now, and it is going through and telling me essentially everything that's wrong with the full code base. So what I've done here is I've set this to auto. I really like using auto because otherwise you have to accept all the permissions, and this is very, very tedious if you don't use auto mode. So use auto, and then you can choose your folders. So right now I have the folder set to day trading pairs, and I'm gonna be using the official Claude Code app today. Most of the time I do use the terminal, but I'm gonna be using the Claude Code app today just for the sake of visuals for this video. So here I've got the full prompt that I put in here, and I just gave it a quick brief description of what it is. The day trading strategy bot that uses interactive brokers, and it went through the full code base and gave me this full report, full summary of everything I need to look at, top 10 issues, different findings by category, must fix, should fix, nice to improve, do not touch yet. So really in-depth and really cool. And that is one of the biggest advantages of Fable 5 is that it can go through a full code base and find issues with it and give you a full breakdown report. So I fully plan on going through all of my projects and fully having Fable go through and just verify every single code base that I've ever created. Now, this one was actually made with Codex with GPT 5.5, but you can see that Fable is still finding quite a few issues with the existing code base, which is really cool. All right, and this is the second prompt. This is a prompt to build an app, which, like I said, Fable with any coding task really excels at. So this is pretty cool. I have this prompt here. It has the app idea. You have to describe the app, the target user, core user flow, and then tech preferences. So like I said, all of these in this Google Docs has the prompt and then also a prompt example down here. So in this case, I'm giving it an example of an app to build where you could take a YouTube link of a cooking video, and it's going to give you all the recipe, the grocery list, the ingredient list, the equipment, prep checklist, cooking steps, and also a step-by-step cooking mode. So if we go back over to Claude Code here, I've put this prompt in. Now this one took about 20 minutes or so, and it went through and did a full code of everything. And then I did have one issue here where I had a runtime error, but it was essentially just a stale process, not a big deal. And then I've had it start the preview server here, so let's take a quick look. So here it is. The YouTube grocery list extractor app. It has decided to make this into a web app, which is probably the easiest for showing you guys how some of this stuff works. So if I go over here, let me just copy this video. This is just a video on how to make an omelet and get my list. So it's going through and it's fully working, fully MVP ready app. And it's gone through and it's taken the transcript from that app and given me a full grocery list, full ingredients, equipment needed, prep, and then step-by-step guide based on the transcript, which is really cool. And then lastly, it has a cooking mode where you can go through and, you know, say, all right, I'm done with this step. I don't know if this is really the most refined. I went through and kind of looked at it. It's essentially just taking the transcript and trying to make it into like a step-by-step thing. So there's probably still some improvements to be made, but this is really, really cool for a one-shot prompt in Fable. On to prompt number 3. Now this is similar to the building an app. This is building a website, a full front-end website, polished website. You describe your product, you give it your audience, goals of the website, brand style, tech preferences, and then the rest is just standard information for building out that website. Now here I have a prompt example of a website that is an AI prompt library website. And I gave it all the information that it needs, the audience, the goals, brand style, everything it needs. So let's go over back to Claude Code here. So here's the full prompt. And I think this one took about 30 minutes to fully go through and code this really cool looking website. So as you can see here, you can see all the output and everything that it decided to go through and do. And it made this full feature-rich, MVP-ready website. It's called Reprompt. I'm pretty sure that is taken, but it's just like giving it a placeholder name. So, you know, this is pretty cool though. And I'm looking through this and it's like a really cool looking website. It's kind of funny though. Claude pretty much does this style of website for almost anything. So if you're on the internet and you see a website that looks kind of like this style, it was probably created by Claude, but this is still like really refined, looks really good. Essentially, it is a website for like storing users' prompts and who is it built for, how it works. It even added a little beta thing. Like this isn't something I would ever launch, but like it's pretty cool that I was able to fully do this. And it even gave like, you know, like pricing and everything. So really cool. And let's go to the top here. And I think these are just going to take you to each section. Yeah, it's going to take you to each section and then join the wait list down here where you can type in your email. So pretty basic landing page for right now, but still really cool that you can just one shot a website that you have in mind. And then boom, Fable will make it for you immediately. All right, prompt number 4. Now this is where Fable really shines, and Mythos, in terms of what it can do with its capabilities. This is a full security and refactor of a major code base. And this one is pretty detailed. Essentially, it's going to go through all of the code. It's going to find all of the security vulnerabilities, any critical areas where there's security risks, and then it's also going to check the code and fully clean it up so it simplifies it and makes the app just run way more smoother and efficiently. So as you can see here, it's a pretty long prompt. It's 2 pages long. And then here's my example prompt. I'm using it with an existing audio transcription app and having it go through the full code base and do a full security audit and then change the code so it's more efficient. So here we have prompt 4, and like I said, I put this fully in here and it went through the whole thing. And this took about, I think, 30 minutes. And I'll just show you what the app looks like. And one thing I forgot to mention here is you should make a backup. If you're using this prompt, always make a backup of your full code base folder. So I made a backup here just in case it had any issues or it messed up the code, because you never know what's going to happen. But in this case, it worked really well and it fully cleaned up the code, fixed any security vulnerabilities, and now it runs beautifully. So this is an app that I use for personal use. It uses my 5090 to tap into the Whisper API, and then I use it for meetings, so I can record meetings in this app, and then it'll take that recording and then transcribe it using my 5090. And then after I have the clean transcript, I copy that transcript and I make a meeting minutes note in Claude, which is really cool workflow that I have right now. But yeah, I decided to just make my own app, and it is actually like a full Windows app and everything that just runs fully in a Python container, and it's really cool app. I really like this app a lot. Now, I'm not sure if I'd ever release this into the public. Right now, this is just a personal use app, but I thought it'd be really cool to run that full like security audit and refactor on this app using Fable, and it did a beautiful job here. It looks amazing. It changed the code, and I went through all the functions, and everything now works beautifully. And now for the final prompt. Now, this is a really cool one. This is building a game in Fable. Now, for this prompt, I wanted to make a GTA clone. But what I had it do is I took this prompt and I told Fable in the chat window, hey, can you take this prompt and then make a prompt for Claude Code to build a full GTA clone? So I essentially reverse engineered the prompt. I prompted itself to prompt Claude Fable in Claude Code, and it worked really well. Like, shot out this full prompt. It even went through and kind of edited some of these areas, like the requirements and everything, so that it would make a fully playable game. So that's another thing you can do. You can take these prompts, put it in the chat, tell it what you want, and then say, hey, this is the basic outline. Can you build a prompt based on this prompt for this project? So it went through and it built this full feature-rich GTA style game, and I was blown away by the results here. So if we go back to Claude Code and prompt 5 here, and it took about an hour to fully code this. It went through and thought about it for a long time, a lot of lines of code. And the only thing that it messed up is the A and D were swapped, and it took like 5 minutes to fix that, and now it is fully playable. So it looks like it stopped the server here. Let's have it start the server really quick. All right, and here we are. The low poly heat, crime pays, cops chase, drive fast. And I was honestly, I know it's obviously like a very basic version of like a GTA clone, but I just thought this was so cool. Like, I can run around, go find a car. It has like a mission area here. So it has 4 missions. So I started the first mission here, and then I can go hop in this car and then start driving. It even has like a star system. So if you like start like, you know, doing illegal things around the area, it'll add to your stars. And then it does have like a police chase function. Like, this is a full like GTA, like pretty much clone. Okay, there's the police. Wow. Okay. I guess if you hit them head on, it just like the car just explodes. So that's cool. You can see it has like a full map. So I've got 5 stars right now, and there's all these little police cars chasing me. And all right, there we go. So it has even the full like screen where it says wasted, and then it gives you all the stats. Like, really cool. Number of cars wrecked, like survival time. So obviously it's a pretty basic clone, but it is actually a GTA clone, which just like seriously blew me away. And like I said, that took about an hour to fully code. But if I wanted to keep messing with it and refining it, I'm sure I could like add certain things into the game. So essentially you can build full games now with Fable 5, which I just thought was so cool, and it ran really well. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any questions on Fable 5 or any of the prompts, let me know down below in the comments. Plan on doing some more videos on Hermes, all things AI. So if any of that interests you, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, Have a wonderful day.